Lori Bumbaco. I'm an oncology dietitian, and I'm so excited to be here and to be able to welcome the holidays with some ideas for how to optimize the nutrition to support your cancer protective diet, especially this time of year. So I'm presenting for the Judy Nicholson Kidney Cancer Foundation, and as an oncology dietitian, I encourage anyone who's interested to learn more about how to harness the power of nutrition that you reach out and get in contact with your friendly oncology dietitian. He or she may have some fantastic ideas for simple ways that you can significantly improve the nutrition in your diet. So if you haven't noticed, right, we're in the full swing of the holidays, and it's by far my favorite time of the year. There's a lot of great traditions and reasons to celebrate, and we often are celebrating around food, and for good reason, right? It's delicious, and it also offers us connection, right? Why do we gather around the kitchen? Right? There's good reason there. So I want to encourage you to continue to do so and enjoy your most favorite traditional recipes. But I thought today I might just give some additional suggestions in case you're curious to learn more how to help yourself during this time of the year, or even better, all year long. So when I thought about presenting for you, I thought about what are like really simple ways to take care of yourself this time of year. And 3 of them came to mind. Okay, so the first one, it's all about setting the intention with nutrition. So, this time of year, we're very stressed, right? We're constantly doing shopping or running errands or preparing meals or getting ready for the family gatherings. And it doesn't give us a lot of time or energy to nourish ourselves. But I want to encourage you to make sure you take time for that. And so one of the easiest ways to do that is start the day with this intentional, nourishing meal. And it doesn't have to be complicated, right? It could be some of my favorites, like your oats, and you could top it with some fresh fruit or something like pomegranate seeds. And you can use some seasonal spices like cinnamon or nutmeg. You could add cloves. Really delicious way to start the day. High in fiber, also high in protein to give you that satisfaction along with the nutrition. You can have things like Greek yogurt. You can make your oats with an oat milk. I love the idea of different seasonal highlights like pecans, or again, those hemp seeds, throwing in a little splash of real vanilla extract. And it helps really invite all of your senses so that you can start your day with a meal that will nourish you. The second, and probably my most favorite tip, is to include a new to you or one of your favorite fruits or vegetables into your day. So every day, can you do that? Can you add a new or your favorite fruit or vegetable? And maybe you want to focus on some seasonal highlights, right? So some superstars during this time of year are sweet potatoes, our winter squash, our canned pumpkin, our leafy greens, which I have a great example of how to do that in just a moment. We can also enjoy things like, I mentioned winter squash, so butternut squash, delicata squash. We also can enjoy some fruit like pomegranate or pears or persimmon. It's absolutely delicious, and it helps support our cancer protective diet because it's high in these compounds that we call carotenoids, and carotenoids help support our immune system. Very interesting that those carotenoids are around at the time of the year when we need them the most, right? And so I want to show you very quickly how you might be able to make your favorite new holiday salad. So you can enjoy this any time of the year, but maybe now this time of the year is a good opportunity to take advantage of what's in this delicious bowl. So maybe you've heard of kale, but you're not sure what to do with kale, or you're intimidated by kale. Well, they sell kale already prepped for us in the bag, and it's triple washed. That means it's ready to use. You don't even have to do anything but open the bag and dump it in a bowl. Now, kale is super nutritious. There's no arguing about that, right? But it's a little, again, intimidating. So my favorite technique for kale is in a salad like this. And what I want you to do is take a little bit of oil, maybe throw the lid off the side. Take a little bit of oil, put that on your hand, And what you're gonna do to this kale is you're gonna massage it. Have you ever heard of this? It's so fun and it's delicious. So it makes this really hearty kale a little bit more edible because we've managed to break down some of the fibers, and it's gonna soften that kale so it's easier to eat, easier to digest, and it also brightens up the color. It turns a brighter green because we're breaking down the chlorophyll that's in it. And so you can use oil, or you can use something like lemon juice, and you can also include a little bit of activity in the kitchen by giving this kale a good massage. And you can massage it for as little or as long as you like, depending upon your preference of how chewy or not you want your kale. Now, what we're gonna do to this delicious bed of greens is we're gonna add some hearty nutrition. We want a salad that satisfies, right? But we also want a salad that's festive, and this one fits the bill. So I happen to have some leftover roasted vegetables. This is butternut squash and delicata squash, and it's cooled off, but I just roasted it in the oven, and we're gonna add that right to our bowl. And right away, I mean, we know that this is just looking delicious, but is super, super nutritious. Now I'm gonna add one of my favorite ways to really make a salad more hearty, and this is a whole grain. So this isn't just any whole grain, this happens to be forbidden rice. And if you haven't had forbidden rice, I encourage you to look for it. It turns purple when you cook it. It looks like wild rice, it's nice and hearty, and it adds a quality, high fiber whole grain to your diet. Then we're gonna add some more pizzazz to this. So my favorite standout for a salad are these pomegranate seeds. It makes the salad very festive looking. And we're just gonna sprinkle some of that on top. Because guess what? They sell pomegranate seeds in a cup like this. You don't even have to do the work. Voila. And then we're gonna top that with some toasted pumpkin seeds, really high in protein. So if you're looking to add a plant protein, this is where it's at. And then lastly, some diced shallot. And I love that for like a little mild onion, not too overpowering. And now we're gonna dress this with a super simple vinaigrette. And I love to use a mason jar for that reason. So in my mason jar, I'm gonna put equal parts of that olive oil as well as apple cider vinegar. And then I'm gonna add about a third of the amount of maple syrup or honey, and then salt and pepper. Maybe you wanna add some herbs or spices of your own. Give it a good shake. Save it in the salad, in this mason jar for a couple days. And you have this beautifully dressed holiday salad that will make even the biggest naysayers a fan. I'm gonna put it on both my salads. I made 2 today. And it's delicious, I promise you. So I wanna bring it to the camera so you can see it up close. It is so worthy of a closer look. And you and your family and loved ones will enjoy this. Beautiful salad, beautiful presentation, nice and festive with those colors. The carotenoids and the cancer fighters, so worthy of giving a try. So that was my second tip, right? Try a new to you or one of your favorite fruits and vegetables. Enjoy one, at least one a day, right? If not more. Lastly, the third tip has to do with something that is often neglected this time of year, and that's hydration, right? We often think in the cooler months, we don't need to focus on drinking as much water. Well, that's not quite true. Water is critical for us, right? For our bodily functions. It regulates so many systems of our body, but it also helps to lubricate our joints so we feel less stiff. It also helps to detox, right? In terms of removing waste that don't belong there. And it helps to support our vital organs. Now, we need just as much fluid this time of year as we do in the warmer months. So keep that in mind. And I also want to share a special note about the type of liquids that we consume for our hydration. So there's one that doesn't really count, and that's alcohol. So we tend over the holidays to increase our consumption of alcohol, and it could be because of the stress or because of all the social gatherings. And while we don't need to worry about consuming alcohol here and there, we do see that excessive consumption of alcohol in a habitual way can increase the risk for accidents, but also high blood pressure and also some cancer types. So it is recommended by the experts to try to minimize our consumption of alcohol. So why not hydrate with a festive twist? So I have here, and I've done this before, so I know you've tried this or you've heard of this, but this is my wine glass filled with a little sparkling water, and then I put inside that some mint, some fresh mint leaves, and then some fresh raspberries, and it's a raspberry mint mocktail. And the sky's the limit with mocktails nowadays, but it allows you to celebrate and feel festive with your loved ones or friends and not have to necessarily over consume the alcohol, right? And it's delicious. So I hope you will consider at least one of those 3 simple ways that we can support our health, especially our nutritional well-being this time of year. Could it be to start the day with an intentional, nourishing meal? Could it be to include a new or a favorite fruit or vegetable during the day? And or could it be to consume adequate amounts of fluids to support hydration, especially the fluids that are nourishing? Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful holiday season, and I look forward to seeing you real soon.